It's week 12, the prediction show in the English Premier League, and these matches are going to take place on the 10th and the 11th of November, and there's one very juicy fixture that I'll talk about a little bit later. But let's get started. Cardiff are at home to Brighton. Cardiff were the unfortunate hosts last week for the Leicester emotional feeling, and this week they've got Brighton. However, their poor form suggests that they could struggle here. Brighton, well, they've slipped up last week, but I think generally speaking they're proving tough nut to crack. And I'm going for the Brighton team to take that one by 2-1. To the John Smiths, Huddersfield, who got that magical win on Monday against Fulham, are at home to West Ham. Now, West Ham really turned it on last weekend at the London Stadium, disposing of Burnley by 4-2. Felipe Anderson was an absolute breath of fresh air, and I'm anticipating them to continue on the crest of that wave and to take the game 3-1. So back at the King Power Stadium, it's bound to be another emotional roller coaster for the Leicester fans and team. This week they're at home to Burnley. I think they may well stutter a little bit. Burnley need to show some of that resilience that ensured they had such a great season last year. I'm going for a 2-2 draw here. Now to St James's Park. Newcastle miraculously escaped with a 1-0 last Saturday against Watford. This week they've got Bournemouth. Bournemouth were a touch unlucky against Man United, I felt. And I expect them to bounce back. Howe's boys to take this one by 3-1. Now to St Mary's. It's Southampton, who got an absolute hammering last week, courtesy of Manchester City. This week they're at home to Watford. Watford surely can't create 12 chances and not score this week. So I'm taking them to take this match by the solitary goal. Watford 1-0. Selhurst Park, Crystal Palace are at home to Spurs. Spurs miraculously turned round a 1-0 deficit to win 2-1 in the Champions League against PSV Eindhoven. But Palace were a tough nut to crack at Stamford Bridge, and I'm going for a 1-1 draw. Anfield, well, Liverpool, shock horror, failed to dish out another defeat to Red Star Belgrade, and I'm sure they're not going to be caught cold again. Fulham are the visitors, rock bottom of the Premier League, and they're going to stay that way. Expect Mane, Salah and Firmino to do the business. Liverpool 3-0. At Stamford Bridge on Sunday, Chelsea entertain Everton. They scraped a 1-0 in the Europa League on Thursday. I'm expecting them to edge this one against the Toffees 2-1. Arsenal are also in action in the Europa League. They're at home to Wolves. Wolves are becoming known as the unlucky team of the Premier League. They nearly came back from 3 down to snatch a draw against Spurs last weekend. They're going to need more magic, I think, this weekend. I'm going for Arsenal to take this one by 3-1. So all that does is leave the Sunday night clash here in Thailand. I think it's on about 11 o'clock at night. It's the first Manchester derby of the season. Manchester City at home to Manchester United. City have come off another 6-0 hammering that they dished out to Shakhtar. And Man U, of course, had that amazing victory in Turin with 2 goals in the last few minutes, reminiscent of their fantastic Champions League win in 1999 against Bayern Munich. I think they're going to need more than magic potions though here. I'm reluctantly going for a Man City win by 3-1. So that's your predictions show for the week. We'll be back with the results on Monday. Hope you have a good one.